yo. Hit that like button, man. The like button. Man, we got a lot to discuss. We have a lot to discuss. What's up, Shalad? They ain't gonna like this live. I'm telling you that now. So make sure you hit that like button. Cause we gotta bring a few things into perspectives, man. I ready name my platform perspective. Yeah, man, because perspectives, yo. Because Big Bank ain't bringing no perspective. Shit. Yeah, man. That title was misleading. Straight up. Cause Big Bank doing, I think he misusing that word, man. He misusing or misapplying the definition of perspective. But I'm trying to wait till YouTube start sending out notifications because people need to hear this. We ready to go in. We ready to go in. We ready to go in on Boosie. I'm about sick of his ass. I'm done with y'all. That nigga a letdown. George Floyd, Chad the Builder, his racist dumbass, and Big Bank, 6ix9ine, and all the fuckery and circus surrounding that shit. I was about it. Where my lighter go at, y'all? Where's my lighter back there? Yeah, I see it. Yeah, I was gonna go live last night, y'all. Man, I was tired, man. I wanted to go live at 1 o'clock last night, but shit ain't work out that way. Then I was gonna go live this morning, but I ended up being up all night. Well, not even being up all night, but waking up too early. Snake house. And when I got back in the house and dropped my kids off at school, I went to fucking sleep. I got up everything at 2 o'clock. Yo, but I don't give a fuck about George Floyd. I think everybody know that. I think if you've been over this, following what we do, I think everybody got to understand of my take on the whole George Floyd shit. What's up, kid? I don't give a fuck about George Floyd. Not the person. It ain't about the person. It's about what they try to make him represent and what they try to make him mean to the culture. Man, fuck that shit. For real. Rest in peace to him. I hope, his family. Well, we already know his family is doing great. We see all the fucking the accolades, the gifts that they was given, after his death. So I'm sure the family is fine. But I don't give a fuck about no George Floyd, man. So if people not familiar, the Grammys, or well, not the Grammys, it was a roast. It was a celebrity roast. And one of the comedians made a George Floyd joke. Now you got all these motherfuckers that came from this George Floyd shit. Like Tamika Mallory. Like everybody, like that's how you can tell it's bogus. Everybody that's speaking on George Floyd or upset about George Floyd, they act like they speak for us, but they ain't speaking for me. I can speak for me. Everybody that came from this Black Lives Matter campaign, this George Floyd, what you want to call it? Play, because I think it was a play. And I think it's a play. It ain't about it being funny. It probably wasn't funny. But I don't give a fuck either. And I don't think you should, man. Because George Floyd did not represent what you think he represented. Like I told y'all, man, they used us, man. That whole George Floyd shit was a fucking play, man. They used us. Just think about all the momentum that Black Lives Matter came with. All the money that was given to Black Lives Matter, because George Floyd was a part of that Black Lives Matter shit. Ain't none of that shit touched black people. None of it. Didn't benefit nothing. It didn't benefit a black agenda. All it gave us is motherfucking, what's the bitch ass basketball player nigga name? Steven Jackson. Tamika Mallory. My son, the General. A couple other fuck boys. But that's it. That's all we got. Is a whole bunch of sellouts, so-called speaking for black people. We ain't getting nothing else out that shit, man. Man, fuck George Floyd, man. I mean that shit. Stand on that shit. They used Joe, man. They used him. Ain't nothing that came out of the George Floyd riots benefit black people. Nothing. Absolutely, positively nothing. Yo, I told y'all what they did with that shit, y'all. They used black pain to push gay rights. That's what the fuck George Floyd represented. Fucking gay rights. For real. And now you got all these people so-called upset about, oh, he mentioned George Floyd like somehow George Floyd is off limits. Man, fuck him. Fuck out of here, man. All y'all bum ass niggas. Yo, Black Lives Matter had all that momentum. You talking about the NBA got behind it. The NFL got behind it. Damn near every fucking sports, predominantly black sports, donated to these motherfuckers. And we ain't even get a goddamn rec center. We ain't get no swimming pools. We ain't get shit. And somehow, some way, they try to make it, they want us to be upset that George Floyd was mentioned in a fucking comedy sketch. Man, fuck out of here, man. I'm upset them niggas even speaking. I'm upset Steven Jackson's still around. That's what the fuck I'm upset about. Oh, that's my brother. Man, shut. You probably didn't fuck with that. Know that nigga like that for real. Know that nigga for real. You probably was cool with that nigga. Steven Jackson probably was cool with George Floyd 15 years before he died. 5. Now all of a sudden that's my brother. Fuck out of here. Fuck with them niggas. But wait till I get the computer, y'all, because I gotta show y'all these people. You gotta watch these people, man. They act like they so pro-black and they speaking for black people, but they not. Yeah, boy here bluffing ass Steven Jackson. I don't fuck with nobody that came from that. Nobody. Not one person. I look at all of them as plants. And the only reason I think that is because the Black Lives, that shit wasn't real. They wasn't real. They was organized riots. It wasn't us. It wasn't black people. We didn't go out that bitch in droves and ride for no motherfucking George Floyd, man. We wasn't in motherfucking Minnesota riding. Yo, it ain't even a whole bunch of black people in Minnesota. It was Minnesota, and it was another fucking state that's not predominantly, another city or state that's not predominantly black riding for George Floyd. Like, man, get the fuck out of here. It was all white people and gays. That's who the fuck riding for George Floyd. Cause that's who the fuck benefited. Shit ain't benefit no black people. But you got these black faces that's supposed to be in the face of the movement, acting like we care. Man, we don't give a fuck about that shit, man. You can joke that nigga till the fucking cows come home. That shit don't matter to me, man. I'm George Floyd. Fuck out of here. They joke Charlie Kirk too. Why they ain't saying nothing about Charlie Kirk? Ain't like he was the only one that was joked. I don't even see this much anger or vitriol or blowback or pushback for the Charlie Kirk joke. But George Floyd, oh, you can't talk about him, not George Floyd. Like, yo, I remember arguing with people, right? And people were saying this back in the day. You know, they trying to make him a martyr. And I'm like, man, I don't know if that's the case. But that was the case. Like, they tried to make George Floyd a motherfucking staple in the black community, like his death changed things. Nigga, death ain't changed nothing. You feel me? They try to make it seem like the death of George Floyd was like an eye-opener for America on police brutality, and it changed the trajectory of, man, that shit ain't changed a goddamn thing. The hood's still struggling, black people still poor, we still confused, we still is the most monetized group in America when it comes to ignorance. There ain't nothing changed from that shit. All we got is a whole bunch of so-called fake spokesmen that don't really give a fuck about black people. That all they did was take a payment and ain't do nothing substantial to change anybody's life in the black America. That's what the fuck we got. We ain't get nothing outside of that. We ain't get shit from that fucking movement, man. Because if it was real, we'd have got something out of it. If George Floyd and that whole thing was real, we'd have got some real changes. And we didn't. And the reason why I say that is because that whole movement, from the looks of it, that shit got big, man. They was talking about George Floyd in other motherfucking countries. We had the whole world watching. And we got nothing. We ain't even get a bill change. We ain't get a law. We ain't get a bill. We ain't get reparations. Like I said, we ain't even get a motherfucking fucking piece of candy from the candy store for free. But somehow, some way, he supposed to be off limits, and his death was monumental in the black community, like Malcolm X or something. Man, fuck out of here, man. That nigga death ain't mean shit. Then how he died, I don't even like that. Because I thought that, before a person get choked to death, they gonna fight. I ain't never seen a nigga just sit back and not fight. That was strange in itself. Like, yo, this nigga was 6'5". You just let this nigga kneel on your neck and you just died in peace. That was strange. I ain't never seen that before. That's not normal. When Eric Garner died, that's not what the fuck happened. Yo, call your sister. Call your sister. See what she want. When Eric Garner died, that man fought. He fought with them police to the very end. And he had about 3, 4, 5 police on him. Probably more than that. You mean to tell me you let this motherfucking little ass?
What did you want?
This little ass white cop. Shay, what's up? Take off speaker, yeah. Take off speaker. Just tell me what she said.
What you say? He's on live right now. Huh? Alright.
You what? You got in trouble in school?
So apparently Nasia hit female in school, and the drug to show up.
Alright. Tell him to call that I get off by.
On what Dad said, there's no play when he gets off live. Alright.
I see it, man. Yeah, so yeah, man, I don't give a fuck about no George Floyd, man. I think we should all be upset about that whole George Floyd thing. I think we all got played. I think we all got fooled. I think we all got manipulated. All of us did. All of us know what George Floyd did? Fuel hate. That's what the fuck George Floyd did. It fueled more hate toward black people. It was misdirected. Because black people didn't have no parts in that shit. Black people wasn't out there riding and leaving. Go back and look at them fucking videos, man. Why wasn't black people doing that shit, man? Black people didn't take over the police station in Minnesota. Wasn't black people doing that? You think they allowed some black people? Yo, if that shit was real, if that was real, do y'all think we can do it again? Will we be able to run into a police station, burn it down, and take it over again? Man, fuck no, man. And then the governor of Minnesota just so happens to be Kamala Harris running me. Man, that shit was a play, man. Y'all niggas, if people can't see that shit was a play, then people just fucking blind. The same governor who allowed his city to be taken over by Black Lives Matter and Antifa activists let a police station get burnt down on his watch, end up being the motherfucking running mate to Kamala Harris. Come on now. Make that shit make sense. In what world would that even be possible if it was real? No, cause that's supposed to be an indictment against his legacy. That should be on his resume. How you gonna be the vice? Let's say Kamala would have won. This nigga would have been the vice president. How the fuck you gonna be the vice president when you allowed a motherfucking a mob of people to take over a fucking police station? Get the fuck out of here, man. That shit was all a play. To me, that looked like his reward. That's what that looked like to me. Him being Kamala Harris running mate was a reward for him allowing that shit to go on in Minnesota. That's what the fuck that was. That's what that was, y'all. That don't look like a reward to you? If you was running for president, would you make your running mate? Would that be your running mate? The nigga that let Black Lives Matter and Antifa take over a police station and burn it down and hold the police station hostage for months? You would make that your running mate? How can you justify that in the real world? If he had to put in a resume for that job, and you looked into his background, and you seen that on his background, would you employ yo? Would you hire yo? I wouldn't. I would. For real. I don't think y'all would either. I think that'd be a dumbass hire. Obviously, you don't have what it takes. You know, you don't have what it takes to help run this country. You can't even run the fucking state. You can't even run the city. How the fuck you gonna run the country? That'd be my mentality. He'll never hold his little brother hand, man. Ever. Alright, so let me show y'all what the fuck going on. They trying to make it seem like, oh, George Floyd is off limits. Fuck him. And everybody that kid. Yo, that wasn't black people, y'all. I showed y'all, for the people that been over here, y'all know I've showed y'all this before. That was not black people. That was not black people protesting for George Floyd, y'all. It happened in Minnesota. It was 2 cities, and none of them was predominantly black. If that was real, if the whole George Floyd protest was real, it had happened in Baltimore, or Detroit, or New Orleans. You know what I mean? Somewhere, or Mississippi. You know, somewhere that has a large black population. Not Minnesota, where black population was at like 5% or 7%. Some shit like that. Wouldn't have happened there if it was real, man. They got kicked out of Philly. Y'all can remember. Man, they went to Philly and got kicked the fuck out of Philly. It was like, man, y'all ain't coming here burning our motherfucking city down. Same shit that's just going on with the ICE. Like, they run the same plays on people, and niggas just fall for it every fucking time. And this is why they like to silence my voice. Imagine if I was talking to thousands. Man, they would hate that shit. They'd probably try to kill me, man. You feel me? If I had 5,000, what's up, Major? What's up, Big Law? If I had 10,000 people over here speaking the truth, oh man, my phone would be tapped. They be motherfucking taking pictures of my house. You hear me? That's why they give y'all the people that they give y'all, man. They don't want nobody speaking honest. They want a nigga that's controlled. And for the people that is opposition, you have to be controlled opposition. You can't be independent opposition. Nah, fuck no, that's a problem. It's a problem in this country when we run plays and push agendas. We need these niggas stupid. We need these niggas stupid. Ain't nothing I say was delusional. Everything I say can be pulled up and shown. Fuck you talking about? You think that was black people out there protesting for George Floyd? That's what you think? Let me show you something. Let me show you something. That's what you think I'm delusional. See, what you don't know is I've been covering this. I've been covering this since the beginning. Before I even got on YouTube. You know who the fuck they is? The fuck you don't think it's a day? You think, if you don't believe it's a they, then you are confused. You are delusional. They is the people that finance this fucking country. That's who they is. Man, I don't give a fuck about George Floyd. Like, see, look, you coming here confused. You think I'm a George Floyd supporter. The fuck are you talking about? I ain't no fucking supporter of that shit. Stop coming in and speaking before you know what the fuck going on, man. Stop coming here doing that. Listen first. Listen first before you fucking speak. Let me show you the fuck they is. I mean, let me show you these George Floyd protests. Filter. I might gotta go to my page. Why the fuck can't? I know how I do it. Let me show you these riots. Black Lives Matter was the gay movement, man. They used black people to push gay rights. That's what the fuck they did. That's all they did. That's all they did. They used black people and police brutality, which was a real issue, which is still a real issue, and they pushed gay rights. Now, that's why, whenever, let me tell you something, right? And put y'all deal with something, right? Whenever, well, this is what I realized. I just learned this recently. Whenever a group of people or a situation is whenever a group of people get brought up or a situation get brought up and you can't speak on it, I'm talking about anytime you speak on this, there's going to be backlash. They hiding something, man. They hiding something. Now, think about the people. Think about the stuff they don't want you speaking on and the people they don't want you speaking on. Just think about it. Why? Why is it that anytime I mention this name, do people get so angry? Exactly. Perfect example. Because it's someone right. They don't want you to speak on this, because the truth might get exposed. The truth might get revealed. So whenever a conversation like that come up, it's going to be people that come out vigorously and fight against it because they might have been a part of the play. And they don't want the play exposed. It ain't just that. It's a lot of it. It's that. It's George Floyd. It's the Jews. All that shit, man. You say anything about them motherfuckers, man, it's going to be backlash. And the reason why it's going to be back, because everything not off limits. Everything ain't off limits. Just a few things. Just a few things. Do I got that on my page? I don't think I got the bitch on my page. I think that shit in my phone. I think it's in my fucking phone. Yeah, I think that shit in my phone. Oh no, take it off for public. No. Oh, this. I think that shit on my phone. I can pull up. I can show y'all from my phone. Hold on. Yeah, I think that shit on my fucking phone. God damn it. Shit. Hold on. I think that shit on my fucking phone, y'all. I'm ready to find it. Hold on. Yeah, that shit on my phone. Fuck. Alright. It's a video I did a long time ago. And that video is what opened my eyes up. When I seen it was a Black Lives Matter protest in Pittsburgh. All I seen was motherfucking colorful flags and people doing backflips and all type of shit. Like, what the fuck is this? This ain't black people. Now look at this fuck boy. Now he's one of the ones that benefited from this fake movement. Him. Damn, what the fuck on my screen? Hold on, I gotta fix my screen. Hold on. I think that's his screen.
About it, you can't tell people what to be offended by and what not to be offended by. Everybody laughing until it's their family member that get murdered. Then it ain't funny. Then it ain't funny when it's your family member. It's funny when it's everybody else's family member, and it's cool when it's everybody else's family member. When it come to your doorstep, you want everybody to feel a certain way. See, I rode for my brother. Didn't take a dime from nobody. Risked everything I had going on in real time.
Yo, he didn't risk anything. He came from that movement. That movement is what propelled him. But he's sitting there pushing a false narrative. I rode, risk everything. No, you didn't, bro. You benefited from that shit, bro. Greatly. You out this bitch doing fucking interviews with Kamala Harris and shit, my nigga. A basketball player. Wasn't even a great one. You know, an average basketball player. Somehow, some way, has the reach now to do interviews with prominent political figures. Come on, bro. Ain't nobody dumb, bro. That's why I always give him a hard time. He's not for the people. Because most of the time they like, yo, why? So since with all the stuff that we got going on in the black community, with all the things that's been happening, we got 15-year-olds getting sentenced to life and shit like that. Y'all don't speak on none of this shit. You don't speak on the children that make a mistake at 15 and got to spend the rest of their life in prison. But you speak on George Floyd, who was a grown-ass man that was strung out on fentanyl. Like, man, get the fuck out of here, man.
No cap, no lies. 29 different states marched for my brother. Didn't take a dime from nobody. Every dime they tried to pay me, Q gave back to the community. Wherever we went, we gave it back. So you can't tell people that risk things and that really love somebody to feel a certain way when he's disrespected. Clown shit. Y'all keep laughing though. One thing about it, you can't tell people what to be offended by and what not to be offended by. Everybody laughing until it's their family member that get murdered. Then it ain't funny.
Hold on, man.
Then it ain't funny when it's your family member. It's funny when it's everybody else's family member. And it's cool when it's everybody else's family member. When it come to your doorstep, you want everybody.
I'm trying to find that video on my phone. I gotta find a clip to watch. Look, Jamal Bryant. Look at all the people that's speaking. All sellouts. Jamal Bryant. Let's see what his punk ass said. Kevin Hart roast wasn't comedy. It was disrespect dressed as jokes. In this climate, for it to go unchecked is to give consent. Man, get the fuck out of here, y'all.
George Floyd is looking.
All these clown ass niggas that's paid to speak for us, yo. They don't speak for me. I would hope they don't speak for y'all either, because these niggas is controlled. All you gotta do is threaten their money and they'll change their stance on any motherfucking thing. We watched it with Nick Cannon. We watched it with Kanye. All you gotta do is threaten their money, and they will change their. They don't have their own opinion.
Had us all laughing so hard that he can't breathe. God bless you, Kevin. God bless this room, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you so much. George Floyd is looking up at us all laughing so hard that he can't breathe. God bless you, Kevin. God bless this room, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you so much. George.
I'm trying to find a video so y'all can see the protests. Here we go, right here. Y'all had it in my phone. Look at this shit. You mean just black people right here? This is how the Black Lives Matter protests look.
Little Girls update. The trial has been pushed.
Look. Look. Look at y'all. Look. Look. Hold on. Y'all think that was us? Y'all think that was us? Look at these. Let me show you again so you can see it clearly. Damn, it's fucking light. It's fucking shine on it. All right, here we go. Do it like that. Look at them antagonizing the white people. Look, she gay too. Look at him. Look how they dress. Look at him. Come on, man.
Ain't gonna make some people mad.
That shit wasn't nuts, man.
This shit gotta be said, man. So basically,
Hold up.
we just watched that video.
This is when they started shadow banning me online. That was us. That was black people doing that. Man, that was the gay movement, man. They just used black people to progress that movement. Because if they was open and honest about the true agenda, they wouldn't have had that much fucking support. That's why I said I don't give a fuck about George Floyd. Because they lied to us. They tricked us. They manipulated us. They used us. They fucking used us. This motherfucker was on a loudspeaker antagonizing white people. Yo, we don't operate like that. When we start doing that? We don't do that, yo. That serves us no purpose. Them people that was sitting there eating that food, they ain't the ones, that ain't the enemy. See, that's the thing, yo. Like, yo, people like to make it saying like, yo, white people ain't the enemy, yo. It's the motherfuckers. It's the government that's controlled by white people. That we always fought against. I mean, that was the fight. Now you do have some people that try to uphold that structure, that system. Their problem too. But you just don't pick out random people and start antagonizing them and screaming at them, and then you got the other gay girl walks up and takes the cup and drink. Like, what the fuck are we doing? We don't do that shit, man. That's not how we don't operate like that. These people was paid antagonists, man. That's who the fuck they was. That's what George Floyd created. George Floyd created a system of added to the system of fucking hate. And it wasn't black people. Yo, we just covered. Go watch that video that I did on the Southern Poverty University or some shit like that, where they got indicted for financing the same hate groups that they supposed to have been opposing. Y'all remember that live? They got indicted for financing the same hate groups that they supposed to have been opposing. Got $740 million in donations. They was an offspring to Black Lives Matter. There was like a Black Lives Matter subdivision. They had targets. They had web pages with targets that supposed to be watched. And these were the same targets that they put on the page was the same targets that they was fucking paying. Think about that, y'all. Man. Yo, we ain't gonna do nothing else. We're gonna keep it real over this bitch. For real.
So yesterday, I had a conversation with Terrence Floyd. He is the brother of George Floyd, and he was responding to the Tony Hinchcliffe joke that was told at the Kevin Hart roast about George Floyd. He believes Kevin Hart should have spoke up. Let's take a listen.
My thing with Kevin, and I'm a fan, I feel like my family and their friends, they said, you know, it responded right then and there, like, well, wait, hold up. Because I remember Kevin Hart and a few other celebrities was at the Minnesota funeral. And that
Yo, why we don't hear from nobody else? Like, what happened to Breonna Taylor? You know, Tamir Rice. Why is it that his death is sticking around forever? Forever. Yo, Breonna Taylor's situation was worse. Tamir Rice was a fucking child that was murdered for having a fucking BB gun or whatever, it was some type of fake gun. But for some reason, this nigga is the person that they want everybody to know about, everybody to care about, everybody to never forget. Yo, do y'all remember his daughter and the promises that she was? Let me show y'all something. What was the promises made to George Floyd's daughter after his death?
According to ABC13.com, Houston, Texas, it was 5 years ago that Houston native George Floyd's death ricocheted around the world, sparking protests, marches, and demands for racial justice.
She got a full scholarship from Southern Texas University. One of them actors gave her stocks in like Amazon or some shit like that. Like, yo, they set his daughter up for life. They haven't done this for nobody else. Nobody else. Full scholarship. Plans to build a community center in Floyd's name. This initiative is part of their effort to strengthen the community and continue his legacy of activism and service. To become a doctor, especially those, they probably paying for that. Like, man, all this, none of this shit real, man. It was all fucking a play. Oh, that's my screen. I need to wipe my screen off on my phone. That's why that shit look like that. George Floyd's daughter promised stocks.
According to Forward.com, songstress Barbara Streisand has given Gianna Floyd, George Floyd's 6-year-old daughter, an unexpected gift: shares of Disney stock.
Shares of Disney stock. Like, come on now, man. Come on now. Nobody else has gotten this. They gave us shares of Disney stock. How many shares? At 6 years old. So she got a full ride to college. Shares of Disney stock. What else? Fuck, ain't no telling what else. They probably put 30 million in her bank account.
Me watching some clips of certain other jokes, a lot of it just felt it wasn't tasteful.
Now Terrence Floyd also talks about Gianna Floyd, who was the daughter of George Floyd, and how
Yo, why? How the fuck can I slow down my fucking Instagram? Can somebody help me with this shit? For the past couple days, my Instagram been on fast forward on my computer, and I don't know how to slow it down.
Deals with these moments and the jokes and how it comes back on her. Let's take a listen. One of the other things they mentioned was like Gianna and George Floyd's daughter, your niece, being teased in school and how stuff like this doesn't help. Like, does she get direct response from things like this because they're so viral? She's getting older now.
She was 6 when this happened. She's 12 now. I was talking to Travis yesterday. We realized something always is talked about or happened, or somebody say something or bring up controversy or whatever around my brother's name when it's nearing the anniversary of his death. It happened with this. It happened with Charlie Kirk. It happened with Lil Yachty. We say keep saying his name, but we don't want this narrative. This is crazy. We upset, but I'm focusing more on the well-being of my niece.
Okay, the death anniversary is May 25th.
Yes,
yeah.
Yes, it is May 25th. Now, he also talked about a part of the joke where Tony Hinchcliffe says to Kevin Hart that George Floyd is looking up at him. Let's take a listen to Terrence Floyd on that.
It was a part in there where we always say, my brother looking down on us because we talking positive. The fact that he said that he's looking up, we were stuck on that. When we heard it, we was like, he's looking up from where? Are you trying to say he's in hell? So this is not what comedy is supposed to do. It's not supposed to have us thinking about what you meant. Oh, we're supposed to laugh to heal.
As I said yesterday, what's funny to you is a trigger to others, and that's why the roast should only be about people who are participating in the roast. If Kevin and Cheryl Underwood and Pete Davidson are fine with people making jokes on their deceased loved ones, that's on them. They're participating in the roast. But people who weren't there, who have nothing to do with the roast, they shouldn't even be mentioned. Yeah. Like, imagine sitting at home, possibly enjoying the roast, and then someone makes a joke about how your loved one, died a violent, tragic death. Like, making a joke about your loved one's violent, tragic death. That's gotta hurt. Come on now.
Yeah, and I think too, what's big for him is the fact that he's a fan of Kevin Hart. So it's like he doesn't want to feel a way towards Kevin Hart, but at the same time, it's like they feel like they're not being protected in the sense that everybody should understand why we should be protecting what happened with George Floyd, and he's confused why people don't understand that. Like, why he even has to argue that.
By the way, it's not even just George Floyd, the Charlie Kirk of it all too. I don't care how you feel about either one of those individuals. I just feel like you shouldn't be making jokes about someone.
Yo, do anybody know how to slow my Instagram down? Somebody let me know. If you watch this on a replay, I need some advice to how to slow. I don't even know how this even happened. But my Instagram been on like ×2 speed for like a week or two.
Violent, tragic death. Like, just imagine being either one of their families and hearing that. Come on, that's.
So yesterday,
yeah, the cop was wrong, but I think that shit was a play. I do. I think it was a play to because y'all gotta remember what was going on at that time, yo. Like, it was so much going on at that time. You had censorship going on at that time. You had the motherfucking president's election that they was trying to, a lot was going on at that time, yo. And I think that shit was a play. I wonder, did they ever settle a wrongful death lawsuit? The George Floyd family filed a wrongful death lawsuit.
According to arblaw.net, the $27 million settlement is the largest pretrial settlement in a civil rights wrongful death case in U.S. history and includes $500,000 to be directed to enhance the 38th Street.
Come on now, yo. 27, the largest wrongful death lawsuit. Pretrial settlement. Pre-trial. They didn't even have to go to court for this shit. You got 27 million. His daughter is set for life. Free ride to college. Stocks and bonds and Disney. Man, come on, man. Y'all can't see what the fuck this was. Nobody else has ever gotten this level of treatment. And we didn't seen worse. That's how much Eric Garner got. Did Eric Garner family get a wrongful death lawsuit? The Eric Garner family filed a wrongful death lawsuit.
According to NevonLawGroup.com, the Garner family, whose son Eric Garner died in 2014 after being placed in a police chokehold, has been involved in multiple lawsuits.
They rejected it. They reached a 5.9 million. They gave George Floyd family $27 fucking million, man. $27 million. Look, they didn't even get it. They didn't even get the money. Despite the 2015 settlement, the family continued to pursue legal avenues. All right, so they did get the money. In 2019, a federal judge ruled that New York City was not liable in a separate civil lawsuit. All right, so they did get the money. In October 2025, the family filed a notice of claim as the first step toward filing another lawsuit against the city, seeking $75 million in damages. This move came after Garner was stopped by police on July 17, 2014. It was part of an ongoing advocacy for police reform and accountability. And all he was doing was selling cigarettes. It was selling cigarettes, man. That's it. That's all. Let's get back to this. But I gotta get off this topic though, because they're gonna start. I probably said a million trigger words. Yeah, man. What the fuck is this? Oh my gosh. Now I'm fucking now my screen black. Yeah, I might have to start the live over. Put my screen black. And they not let me switch the screen back over. All right, y'all. So we're gonna I'm gonna start it back over, y'all. So make sure y'all come back. Give me like 5 minutes. Cause I ain't done with this George Floyd shit. We still gotta get to the other topics. 3 minutes.